All right, you guys, here we are, day 3 of the fur shed build. Stick around. All right, so we got a little bit left to do before we can pour. So I had to go to Kalispell this morning, and so I stopped and picked up some plastic for a vapor barrier, and I picked up some wire to reinforce it. I got a bunch of other scrap wire here I'm gonna be able to go ahead and use up, which is nice. I never throw that stuff away. But so anyways, of course I had a list, and of course I didn't think of looking at my list, while I was there, and I forgot my drain. So true off-grid fashion, we're gonna go ahead and build a real simple drain. So to keep the trash out of it, the catch basin. But so anyways, let's get started. We'll pull I got my concrete up to height how I want it, or not my concrete. I got my fill up to height how I want it. I might go ahead and go a little bit thicker right here in the corner, because I think what I'm gonna do is do a nice stone base for my wood stove, and maybe a stone back going up the back there. So I might pour a little bit extra concrete in there just for all the weight that's going to be on it. The stone is nice because what it does is it holds heat, of course. And so if I can wrap that wood stove with a little bit of rock around the back of it, that's going to radiate the heat out. So right on, man. Well, let's get to it. What are we going to start first? I guess we'll start on the drain first. Let's do that. All right, so the flue liner is 12 or so by 12. That's what we're going to cut our board at, is 12 by 12 inches. Right on. So 12 by 12. Where's my tape at now? What do I do with that? There it is. Perfect. So that sits there on top of that, just like that. So now I need a piece of 3-inch pipe. Roughly 8 inches is fine. All right, so now I want to make this cut. It's going to end up being a square cut, but I want it tight as possible. There. That way it will sit right there. I'm going to wrap duct tape around that right there. to go ahead and seal that up so concrete don't spill down in. All right, so we got our drain started. I'm not going to worry about being able to remove this cap. Let's start. Boy, that cap is thicker than I thought. All right, so there is our drain right there, and I'll clean that up later. I should have just capped it and then drilled it later. So the drain's gonna go on. I'm not gonna worry about removing this or anything later on. So basically, this is the top of my concrete right here. So there's going to be my fall right here. Nice. There we go. All right, so I guess the next thing is gonna be a vapor barrier. So why do we put down a vapor barrier? Well, we put down a vapor barrier because moisture is always coming up from the ground, and it'll seep through the concrete. So keeping your building damp and all that other stuff. So, and it can cause mold, and it just causes a lot of problems. So we're gonna go ahead and put a vapor barrier in here. Honestly, I think I'm gonna start doing that with my wolf traps. The traps, they sit out for so long, 45 days, and the moisture just comes up and frost builds around them. And I think I'm gonna try that next year on some of my dirt sets. Is put a vapor barrier underneath my wolf traps. I don't know, something I've been thinking about. So right on, I'm gonna dig some more gravel out of this right here, or I'm gonna go ahead and put the wood stove, and I'll transfer it over here because I'm a little bit low on this spot here. All right, let's do vapor barrier. Got 3.5 mil, just enough to go ahead and keep that moisture out. I dug it a little bit deeper right here, make it more of a footing, I guess, to lay some stone in that corner right there. And it's not gonna be a lot of stone. So let's go ahead and let's get the first one out. So vapor barrier goes down first, and then I'll show you what I got going on for reinforcement wire. We'll save this little scrap here for the walls. So yeah, one step closer. So this is how I reinforce my concrete. And I started doing this, I guess, about 8 years ago. This is hog panel. It's the cheapest way to do it. Home Depot I mean, I cut these down to 8-foot length to go ahead and get them in the truck. But at Home Depot, they're 16 foot by 4 foot. They're $39. You can't beat that, man. Super cheap. So I got some more stuff stacked up back there in my junk piles that I can go ahead if I don't have enough. But of course, the wind's picking up. Every time you put plastic down, the wind's gonna pick up. Anyways, let's get this hog panel in. Right, it's got to go ahead and fill this in right here, and we are good. I think I'm gonna have more than I really need. Let's go look at it. I used this stuff. It's kind of cut in strips. When I had Fox, I used it on the bottoms of the kennels when I let them play in the kennel, so they wouldn't dig out. But this Fox, they like to dig. But I think I got a lot of stuff here to throw in there. There we go. Look at all that good stuff, huh? What do you think, Rick? We got good stuff up here. So, yeah, I guess just start carrying it down there, huh? Let's do one piece. I might just throw it all in there and just really reinforce it because I really don't need this stuff. I might as well throw it all in the concrete and just get rid of it. Colors, this is why I don't throw nothing away. That right there just saved me like $80. So, right on. I love saving. So, we are almost ready to pour. My son's going to come over, hang out with me, him and his girlfriend on Sunday. So while he's here, we're going to go ahead and chalk the lines. And then hopefully Wednesday, a good friend of mine texted me. He said, hey, I heard you're pouring on Wednesday. And he's going to come out and help. So that's awesome because I'm getting fat and old, guys. But so, yeah, it is ready to go. All right, you guys, appreciate you watching. Yeah, this is going to be a fun little series, and hopefully we get it poured next week. But, yeah, what's really cool is the interest that you guys are having in this project, and I really, really appreciate it. So, with that being said, I am running a sale on my website, and I usually don't push my products. I don't know if you guys watched me enough to know that I'm not a really good salesman, but anyways, I'm overstocked with that. Hoodies and t-shirts. I am overstocked, and then also hats. And so I'm going to run that's a pretty big sale, I guess, just for maybe a week or two. And maybe help me offset the cost of pouring concrete and stud walls and all that other stuff. So I just kind of came up with this today, and yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to call it First Shed Build Sale. How's that? I don't know. Anyways, what you're going to get is a hat, right? One of my hats. If y'all think I'm that cool, which I really don't, but I mean, some people want my autograph, and for me, it's actually weird to do it when I do appearances, but if you want one of these with something written on it for somebody or whatever, I'll throw that in there. Just put in the comments when you order, what you want, to who, and all of that. To me, the whole autograph thing is just freaking weird. Anyways, but I understand, I guess, but then again, I don't. You're going to get a t-shirt. On the back, of course, is the Up Your Canyon. And that was towards our wonderful Fish and Game. Anyways, there's a long story with that. The hat, the Mossy Oak hat. And that reminds me, I just did the Mossy Oak podcast down in Mississippi. So those guys, that'll be coming out soon. And then, of course, a hoodie. So you get all of that shipped for $120. So that's $20 off on everything. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and get something, that would be awesome. Just go to www.montanawolftrapper.com. I'll put it across the bottom here. And, yeah, we'll call it good. So until the next one, we're ready to pour, guys. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the sale's going to go up tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to go up. I talked to my web guy, Tyler, and he said he doesn't have time today, but it'll be up tomorrow. So anyways, this is going to be an awesome series. I'm having a lot of fun with it, actually. This is going to be a badass fur shed, you guys. It's going to be badass. So, all right, man. Don't forget, check out some merch. Only on this stuff, though. Only on the green stuff, okay? You go on my website, you might see some other things. It's just that, okay? I got a bunch of it, man. I got a whole bunch of it. So, long story there. Came back from Vancouver, and there was supposed to be 55,000 people at the show, and there was like 1,000 or something like that, and it was just ridiculous. So I'm overstocked. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. Thanks a lot. Talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Laters.